through this thing with the social media. I said to my client yesterday, because I rocked up and they were like, oh, we thought you cancelled. I was like, well, I can leave if you want. She's like, nah, you stay for a cup of tea. I was like, I'm not charging you, I'm just going to hang out with you guys. And then I picked their brains because they're pretty smart people. And I said to them, you know, I thought bullying is for school.
But
it's not, right? It's out in the real world. And now I'm sitting there going, yeah, I need to learn how to work with what are my skills to protect myself from bullies.
Larry.
Good boy. Yeah. Are you a hungry dog? I know. We'll feed you. We'll play with you next time. Okay, I promise. We'll go do some more training around the chair.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah. So that is a good management strategy for the psychologist to recommend and go, you need new support workers. That's management while you train. Okay. So we can do that. No problem. Get you the support workers to help you. What? Because you're building other skills. Once you're happier with those skills, then you go and think, should I be working with these? So what I'm trying to get at is the same as what I do with dogs, right? While we're teaching certain skills with dogs, we're managing, meaning we're not putting our dogs in situations that, one, that we already know that they make bad decisions, and two, we don't really know what they're going to do. Same for you. So managing in that way and getting different support workers is fine.
I want to try and advocate.
So my suggestion is pick 3 skills, or 3 goals that are super important for you that you want to achieve this year. Okay, and that's always hard to achieve because you feel like, but this is important, this is important. It's like
I was focusing on tangible things as well. Now I want to develop some strategies and stuff.
You can do tangibles. Usually go for short term and medium.
Exactly.
So and that's what the NDIS wants. And I always tell people, pretend the NDIS doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Treat them like a 4-year-old. Make it really simplistic, very clear. That's why I like talking to people who are not dog trainers. Because I'm like, so what do you think? And I have literally people look at me and go, that's not what I got from that. I'm like, what did you get? And they'll tell me and I'll be like, I did not even think about that. So if you preach to the choir, we call it a confirmation bias or an echo chamber. That's not very helpful. So, yeah, I would suggest to help you a little bit moving forward is...
Something that I've noticed, I was just thinking about this whole time, is me being perceived as this level of high functioning before I started to unmask. So what I struggle with is people have this perception of me, and it's not my responsibility that they have that perception of me, but I'm expected to behave like X, Y, Z, and then because I'm going against that, so that's why I feel like...
May I rephrase that
Please do.
From my perspective?
Yeah.
Actually, I had the same thoughts, but then I realised that's not quite true.
Yeah.
Because my masking, when you put on a mask... People
trying to distinguish.
Value, right? And then what happens is because they don't see the underneath, that's not their fault. Because they're not the one that put the mask on. So when people talk about high functioning, what I see is I have the potential to be high functioning.
Because I'm masking. That's why I say, I explain the term, I correct people that say the high functioning labels, because I say, and how I like to explain it is high functioning means that I can function enough to perceive as normal. Like I can be perceived as...
Because people go, you don't look autistic.
Yes, I get that all the time. Or like, you don't act autistic. And because I'm an actress. But like I'm... High functioning literally just means you're able to fit in and no one can recognize as if you're like a little spy, kind of like...
That's why I'm saying you have the potential to be high functioning. It's just terming, it's just a little bit of change in the words, because if you don't have the support, so if you don't maintain your car and you don't put fully fuel in your car and all this sort of stuff, your car won't function after a while. So when someone says high function, I'm thinking potential. I do know clients that will never have the potential to be high functioning. Potential. That's the key word there, meaning that there's maintenance that needs to happen, there's work that needs to be put in for the potential to be reached. Okay, so another lesson I learned that was really difficult in my industry is my job is to educate, which implies there's lots of ignorant people. If I get mad at people being ignorant, I won't last very long in this industry. You are going to be autistic for the rest of your life and ADHD. being around people who are ignorant all the time is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so being around people, your tribe, who understand you, and then so you're recovering and all that, and then you go out in the world and there's ignorant people, and you can have that space and energy to be compassionate and merciful, and is a skill to learn.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And tolerant. So in my industry, I have been in some of the courses, and you can hear the students, and they're like, why do people not know this? Why are they so stupid? And I'm like, you do realize that you were ignorant and stupid before as well. Those are people I can guarantee you will not last long in the dog training world. No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's the same for us. Because we have so many people on this planet, like billions of people is quite a big number. Your interactions with these people is on such a high frequency that you're not getting a chance to recover. So if your support workers are some of them, you really do not have the right support workers, because the idea for them is to make your life easier, not harder. So I think that's a really good idea. Here's the question. How do I know I'm getting a good support worker? Well, generally speaking, this is why I do my probationary period with people. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it takes you a while. You've got to identify your core values first. Then you'll learn to identify if someone has compatible ones that are the same as yours. If they don't, you know that little voice, that little
feeling. Yeah.
The Gift of Fear is another book I highly recommend for any female to read to keep them safe. But it really talks about your intuition.
Oh, I've been having this funny thing. I've been calling that the ick. So like talking to new people and stuff, I go, oh, I got the ick, and they're like, yes.
So you just have a different word for it. Because I'll sit there and I'll be like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and that's the thing. It's signals your subconscious picks up that you've missed consciously, and your brain goes no. And I remember, oh man, if it doesn't happen to me at least once a week, I can't tell you. I'll sit there and go, should have listened then, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
If that's the case, you do not need an excuse, because there is no bonding, there is no social contract with that. There is no social contract with that. In fact, I always joke with people, like Deb, I think it was Deb, and she said something, I was like, we're friends? And she goes, yeah, we're friends. And I was like, how would I know? And I said, oh, so we're friends? And she went, yes. And I texted my mum and went, I've got 3 friends now.
Yeah.
Like, again, people who are intuitive. Good boy.
Oh, yeah, so many sticks.
It's hard, and this is why some good students do not make good teachers. Just like this.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I actually do have 2 more lessons, but to be honest with you, I'm so tired, I don't think I can do them. So I'm going to tell my guys, like, see them.
Yeah. I'm really excited to look into that though, because I think I'm going to start by